Hello. So I was waiting on some parts for the mini MGT, the pull start to be specific, and as you can see here I've got a new pull start there, but unfortunately it came with an entire truck, which is a terrible shame. So it's got the if that will go on. It's got the blue body. I've already got the black one on mine, my other one, and as you can see it is in great condition with what looks like pretty new wheels and tyres. So the cutout for this hole here is absolutely terrible, so I'll clean that up a bit, and it also needs cut out for the front as well. But let me just show you, there are a couple of things wrong with it here. So this piece for the front bumper is missing, the circular bit, and this handle's broken, and the cooling head's a bit destroyed, but other than that it looks to be in good condition. Now it didn't come with a remote and receiver because I asked the guy to give me some money off because I didn't really want that. I'll put a Fly Sky one in. It has two of the original Team Associated servos, one there for the forward and reverse and one there for the steering, and then I think this throttle servo is an aftermarket one, although it's an ACOMS one, so it's probably worse than the standard servo, but it's only doing the throttle and brakes, so it should be okay. I haven't tested it yet, so that's what I'm planning to do this morning. Air filter looks okay. The screw doesn't look too far in, and the exhaust also looks fairly okay, so we're going to try and start it up. Oh. So I got it started then, but I think the idle's a little bit low, so I'm just going to manually open the carb a tiny little bit and try again. Did start probably, I don't know, 6-7 pulls. Yeah. So just seeing the running footage of the Mini MGT, I was tuning it at the park quite a bit there. There's no damage to the body, it seems to be okay. Now running wise, basically to start with, the tune that I did at home in the garden was too lean on the high speed and way too rich on the low speed. So throughout the video you can see I was richening the high speed needle and leaning out on the low speed needle. I did try quite a few different combinations to try and get it to both idle nicely and not cut out, as well as run well at high speed. Because when I was hitting the 2 speed it was taking quite a lot of RPM, so I think the 2 speed does need adjusting. Another thing that happened before I went from the first part of this video to the second is I had to replace the throttle servo. My phone and focus today. So I've just replaced it with this Futaba one. This is a fairly old one, but that other one, the servo one, stripped, and I think it was a 23 tooth. So I had to put this star pattern one on instead, so that works perfectly fine, but that did change. The other thing I had to do was when I was running it in the garden, I noticed that some fuel and oil was coming out round here, so I had to put a new cable tie on there. The coupler itself is fine, so there was that. I have ordered a new handle and a new bumper bit for it as well. But as you can see at the end there, I got the tune pretty decent. It was both doing wheelies from the low speed getting going, and it was still getting into second gear on the 2 speed. You can see now that like silicone release agent on the tyres has come off and they're all just normal tyre coloured now. So you might have been hearing in the last couple of clips it was making like a grating or a screeching noise, and I think one of the one-way bearings either on the 2 speed or in the transmission's going, because when you move the car backwards and forwards, basically the spur gear should spin in one direction but not the other, so whereas it's spinning both ways now. So I think the one-way bearing has gone, and that might be from going too fast in reverse, which I did off camera before I did it on camera, so I'm not sure whether that is the case. The other thing as well is when I was running it with the body off, I did roll it a couple of times and the engine did move, so I had to reset the gear mesh. Luckily it didn't strip the spur gears, because there's no spare spur gears anywhere that I can find, so that was really lucky. So I just removed the engine back in a bit, and you can see the mesh is pretty much fine now through the plastic cover, so that's good. Other than that, it ran great. Quite enjoyed it really. It was a decent tuning session, even though it took me a while to figure out what was going on. I think this pipe setup isn't the best. It seems to fill up with oil, and then when you rev it, it clears it. Obviously when it's running too rich, but because so much builds up and it's like running really rich at the bottom end, it was hard to tell that the top end was lean for quite a while. And once I got onto the shorter grass, it was quite a bit easier to tune. On the longer grass, it did sound fairly okay to me, but once the engine got warm, you could hear that it was a little bit lean at the top end, which is when I started richening that out and leaning that out. So yeah, it went pretty good really. Didn't change the idle too much. I was just using the trim on the transmitter most of the time. But the main problem is with a low speed is this. It's got a bit of wiggle and a bit of play, so I don't know whether you can see that, but you can move about that much before it moves at the servo end. So sometimes it's stuck like that when you're off the throttle, sometimes it's like that when you're off the throttle, and also when you turn in the low speed needle, it actually moves in and out, as in that way and that way, like that. And right, now that I've got it focused, you can kind of see it move in and out like that. Basically, when you push it in, it changes the fuel mixture and stalls sometimes, so it's quite tricky to tune the low speed needle. So yeah, other than that, ran pretty well, was quite pleased with it. Anyway, that's it for this one. Hope you enjoyed it. Got the new Mini MGT out. Goodbye.